All right, y'all. Hey, what's up, good people? I'm QC. Welcome to a brand new Talkin and Grubbin live stream. How's everybody doing on this Sunday? I hope everybody's doing good. I'm doing good. Glad to be back here live with y'all again. Got my rotisserie chicken sandwich. And tonight, I am here to recap Winning Time Episode 3, The Second Coming. Let me get on this sandwich right quick. Man, this is good. Should have got some cheese while I was at the store. This would have definitely set this sandwich off. All right. Now, this episode kind of gave Larry Bird a little bit more shine than the previous episodes. It started in 1974 when he was deciding which college he wanted to go to. At first, he was going to go to University of Indiana, but he definitely had a lot of apprehension and second thoughts and went home and told his father about it. But his father just kept it real with him, let him know what his life could be like if he stayed in French Lick and not take the opportunity to go play college ball. So basically, he kind of takes heed to his father's advice, but doesn't go to Indiana State. Then after that, it cuts to Magic holding his summer camp with a lot of kids in LA. And he imagines that a lot of these kids are dissing him for the way, the Lakers season ended in the playoffs, going out in the first round against the Houston Rockets. He imagines all the kids are just dissing him for missing the potential game winner, saying Larry Bird is better than him. That's why he has a championship. And then there's this white kid saying that I wish I was like Larry Bird, and I know you wish you were like him too. But like I said, he's just imagining things. Cooper and Mark, they're there with him with the camp as well. And Michael Cooper, he just signed his extension with the Lakers, a very long-term extension. He's very happy about it because initially he thought that Jerry West and Bill Sharman were going to cut him. But he's definitely excited that the Lakers shown their commitment to him long-term. Just like Dr. Buss said he would in the first two episodes. So the first one they reward is Coop. And he's definitely excited about his new extension. He's going to be a Laker basically for his whole career and definitely going to have a lot more money than he could ever spend. So that definitely gets the engine going in Magic's head that he wants an extension as well, despite the fact he's on his rookie deal still. And he's got 5 years left on his contract, on his rookie deal. Excuse me. So later on, Jerry Buss, he's in his office. He's holding a meeting with with Paul, Pat, Bill, Jerry about what happened in the playoffs, who should take the blame for the loss to the Rockets in the first round. But most of them said that Magic should take the blame. They feel that he's getting too much of the spotlight. Paul feels like that he's trying to make it his team instead of letting Paul be in charge and be the head coach. He feels like Magic is taking his authority away. Norm feels like Magic is hogging the spotlight. And also, Jerry and Bill inform Bus that Magic wants an extension via his representatives. And, at first, Bus is not down for it because he's still paying Magic the money on his rookie deal. So he definitely is against it at first. Now, excuse me. Now, Jerry love life is getting a little bit better as he starts to rekindle his romance with Honey. She's starting to, she and Jerry Buss, they've gone on a couple of dates. She's there at their home meeting all of his kids. They're playing Monopoly. But Jeannie, she definitely is not down for it. She doesn't approve. She definitely doesn't approve that she took her favorite piece on Monopoly, which is the thimble. Jeannie does not like this relationship at all. You can just definitely tell by her face. But that's typical of most daughters. They want their daddy all to themselves. But it seems like she has some vibes about Miss Honey. Now, going back to Larry Bird, this is back in the 70s. Now he's working at a factory, and then the cop tells him, tells him something about his father. At first, he thinks his father was either drunk or acting disorderly and saying he could pay for it, but the cop tells him it's worse than that. He goes back to his house and he finds his father dead in his shed. What looks like a self-inflicted gunshot wound. And that really definitely messes with Larry Bird's mind. Now, back to Magic. Magic, he's on the phone with Cookie. He's trying to definitely get back with the woman he truly loves. He's telling her all his problems about the extension. And she basically feels that Magic's not going to get that extension because they must not feel that committed to him, because if they did, they would have gave him the extension by now. So she asks him, why is he being loyal to the Lakers if they're not being loyal to him? And he basically says that he enjoys playing for the Lakers. And that's how he always been. Now, also, not too long after their conversation, Magic's watching TV and he is very pissed off over the fact that Bird has won his championship and he's seeing the Celtics parade on TV. That really grinds Magic's gears that they didn't play each other in the NBA Finals due to the fact that the Lakers got eliminated by the Rockets, the team that the Celtics ended up knocking off in the NBA Finals to win the championship. So, there's a lot of salt being rubbed in Magic's wounds. Not only his rival wins the championship, but he wins it against the team that eliminated his team in the playoffs. That's double pain. Definitely double pain. Now, back to business. Jerry West, Paul Westhead, Bill Sharman, they're all meeting. And Paul's very gung-ho about trading for Mitch Kupchak. He definitely has liked him ever since he's played with the Washington Bullets and feels like he can definitely be a key contributor for the Lakers to win another championship. But of course, Jerry West, he's not down for the trade. Neither is Bill. And then, in a very asshole move, Paul demotes Pat Riley to third coach and hires a new assistant coach due to the fact that Pat kept those secret workouts between he and Magic a secret. So Paul says that he's demoting Pat for somebody that he can trust. Man, that's cold. That's very cold-blooded that he'll do that to Pat. That's supposed to be his boy. They came through, he pulled Pat off the bench to help him out when he had took over for Jack. And now he's doing that to him. What kind of loyalty is that? That's just cold. Very cold. How you gonna do that? That's supposed to be your boy. Like, come on, man. And Pat is definitely stunned by the news. He definitely can't believe that Paul would do that to him after they had just come off of a championship together. He would do that to him. But he did. All right, good people. I'm going to take a quick pause. I'll be right back, so don't go away.
Your favorite sports book, BetUs.com, is back for our 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUs offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. Sign up at BetUs.com today to get into the action.
Enough of it. This is enough of it. I said keyword recap. Yeah, I know. Can you do? Oh, yeah, I know. Can you do? Fuck you. We already did. Hey, you already did. Well, you can't say that. We already did it. We didn't done it. We done now. All right, I'm back, good people. If you're looking for a sports book with this upcoming NFL season, BetUs is the one for you. Just sign up with my link right now. And after your first deposit, you'll get a 125% sign up bonus. Just type in the promo code JOIN125. You'll get that sign up bonus. You'll get more chances to bet, more chances to win. BetUs, where the game begins. All right, I saw my dude Rising Rhino in here. What's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for joining me. Just recapping this episode here of Winning Time. I don't know if you've seen it yet. It comes on HBO. It's a pretty good show about the Showtime Lakers. It's definitely a good show with John C. Reilly, as well as Quincy Isaiah's Magic, Solomon Hughes' Kareem, Adrian Brody playing Pat Riley. It's a pretty good show. Yes, I am. It's good to be back. Definitely good to be back. I had to step away for a moment. Let me continue this recap. Now it cuts to 1976 back in French Lick with Bird. And he's playing basketball with a few friends. This recruiter from Indiana State sees him, definitely likes his game. He tries to invite Bird to come and join, well, of course, to sign on with the school. But Bird, he's not having none of it. He tells him to F off. But the recruiter convinces him to come for a tryout. And he does. He shows up. Of course, the coaches want him to wear shorts and tennis shoes, but he says he doesn't need them. And he's right. He definitely didn't need them because he dominated the scrimmage wearing a long sleeve shirt and some regular shoes. And he was shooting lights out and counting every shot before they went in, like he always did. He dominated that whole scrimmage right off the streets. He did his thing. And of course, the recruiter and the coach definitely like what they see from Bird. Now, cut back to the Lakers. There's a little bit of family drama between Janine and her brother Johnny, as Johnny comes to Jeannie's office upset, crying over the fact that she and Jerry traded away the woman he was in love with due to the fact that the team needed the team that they traded her to needed compensation. She was definitely that piece. And he was very upset over the fact that she did that move, saying that, that she cares more about the team than, family, and that at least he had some outside of, just work. And he definitely tells her something that cuts her down. He tells her that you can bring home 100 trophies, you'll never be his favorite son. Man, that's some cold ish to say to your own sibling. Real cold. And that definitely hits Jeannie in the heart. That would hit anybody in the heart if their sibling told them that they would never be their parents' favorite. Excuse me. Very hard. And also, that day, Jerry and Carla meet in Jerry's office to talk the financials of the Lakers. And Carla informs Jerry that they're in the red $4 million due to the fact that the Lakers were sent home in the first round of the playoffs last year. Because they're discussing giving Magic an extension. And she tells him that you can give him that extension, but he may still be here after you go belly up. Basically tell him, like, if you give him that extension, you're basically going to go broke. So, Buzz has to think of a new way of giving Magic an extension and still keep the Lakers in the black. And also, the Mitch Kupchak trade finally goes through after some negotiating, some wheeling and dealing to make sure the contracts match up. But the player they had to give up was Jim Jones, a big piece from their 1980 NBA championship squad. And this is unbeknownst to Jim. He later finds out, and man, he goes on a tirade just cussing everybody out. Cussing out Jerry, Bill, even Pat, because he thought Pat knew, but Pat, he finds out that Pat didn't even know that the trade was going down. But he really goes in on Paul. He bangs on the door in his office, want him to come out because he wants to give him a piece of his mind, and I think he wants to take a chunk out of his behind too. So he just lets him know. He said, that's why I know nobody respect your ass. You got an English teacher coaching an NBA team. Man. And that definitely shows that Paul is starting to lose his team. They don't have any respect for him as a coach, or definitely not respect for him as a leader. And also, Paul should have got out of his office to talk to Jim Jones to just face the music, whether he wanted to cuss him out or just, have a conversation. He should have came out of his office, at least face him and tell him what the whole thing was about instead of just hiding your office. That's a punk move. That's something you should never do. That was a straight punk move on Paul's part. He should have at least faced Jim Jones like a man and talked to him. But after that, Pat confronts Paul on how he handled the whole thing, with the Jones and Kupchak trade. Basically, he's basically telling Paul that, that you're definitely being more driven by your ego instead of what's best for the team. And Paul checks Pat by saying that he needs to respect the pecking order. And Pat, claps back and tells Paul that, hey, I was with you when you didn't know your head from your hole, when you were scared and you didn't even have any confidence in yourself, but you're going to do this to me after all we've been through? I was loyal to you and this is how you treat me? So the relationship between Paul and Pat definitely becomes very strained. Later on, it goes back to 1979. Red Auerbach visits Larry Bird at his house in Indiana. He wants to draft him to the Boston Celtics, but Red has apprehensions about Bird, not because of his talent, but because a lot of people just see Bird as a corner man, which was a spot-up shooter at that time. Remember, three-point line hadn't been added to the NBA just yet. And Red says that nobody in the NBA has ever built a team around a corner man. And also, he doesn't like the fact that Bird and his agent are demanding bonuses in his contract. Like Bird wants $50,000 if he makes NBA all-rookie team. And also, Bird is thinking about going back to Indiana State for his senior year. Now, back then, you could get drafted in the NBA and still play in college that year you were drafted. You can't do that no more. Because Bird did do that, actually. He got drafted by the Celtics in 79, but he still went back to Indiana State for his senior year, where, of course, he and Magic ended up playing in that classic national championship, which was won by Magic Spartans. But he definitely convinces Bird that he would definitely fit in the green and white due to the fact that he's a blue collar boy. Boston is a blue collar city with blue collar people. He feels like that Bird can definitely be a Celtics legend. And he tells him that he would draft him every day of the week and 2 times on Sunday. Now, later on, Magic and Dr. Bus meet to talk about his possible extension. And Bus comes up with a great idea to where Magic can get what he wants and the Lakers can stay in the black. The Lakers can still stay in the black and not, go into debt. And this deal has never been done before. In fact, the deal ain't been done since. Bus presents a 25-year, $25 million deal to Magic. Now, Bus wants to keep this under wraps, from the team and the media, because he knows he'll get a lot of scrutiny from the media, from the NBA, and especially other players on the Lakers, because it's going to look like that Magic is basically Beyonce and the other Lakers are Destiny's Child. But that's how, everybody's going to perceive it, that, Magic is Bus's, best friend. So at first, Magic thinks Bus is kind of crazy, but he eventually accepts the deal. And then he goes on to tell Cookie the big news about it. But she doesn't want to live in LA. She wants Magic to be more closer to home, whether it be in Detroit or playing in Indiana. But Magic ain't trying to go back there because he loves his life out in LA. And he tells her, I'm married to the Lakers, and whoever is with me, they got to be married to the Lakers too. So, that definitely puts a damper on their relationship. So we'll see what happens there between them. Now, Magic and Norm and Dr. Bus all meet at his mansion to have brunch to discuss, what happened in the playoffs against Houston. And Bus asks Norm, does he feel that Magic is hogging up all the spotlight? Now you can tell in Norm's face what he's really thinking. He does feel that Magic is taking up all the spotlight. He's felt that way ever since Magic has came to LA, because before Magic got there, Norm was the man. But, ever since Magic's been there, it's been all about Magic. He's been getting all the accolades, the spotlight, the big endorsements, the commercials, the cover pages of Sports Illustrated. Because Buzz tells Norm he doesn't want to have another losing season where they don't win the championship. So Norm goes along and says, yeah, everything's good between him and Magic. And Buzz asks Magic the same thing. Are things good between him and Norm? Now, Magic also wants to be honest and say, no, it's not, because he feels Norm never liked him. But he jokingly just tells Bus that Norm needs to stop eating up all my stop eating my melon. So for the betterment of the team, they both say everything's good between them. And they sit down, have brunch, and talk. Now, this cuts back in the present day, which is, of course, 81, following Bird winning his first title with the Celtics. He goes back into his dad's old shed and looks at all the newspaper clippings, and he puts the newspaper clipping of his championship, in front, but he also looks in the back and sees the newspaper clipping of where Magic beat him the first time, they played together, in the 79-80 season. And you can tell he's very motivated to beat Magic every time they play. And he really wants to play Magic and the Lakers in the NBA Finals. And he's definitely pissed over the fact that it wasn't the Lakers in that 1981 NBA Finals. But that was a pretty solid episode. It's starting to slowly unfold. It's starting to lead up, it's definitely starting to lead up to Paul being fired and Pat being promoted to head coach. Also, I definitely think we're going to see how the team reacts once they get word of Magic getting that 25-year, $25 million deal is definitely going to rub a lot of people the wrong way, like Kareem, Norm, the rest of the team. And also, Buzz is going to get his share of scrutiny. And we definitely gonna see he and Honey get more serious. I mean, Dr. Buzz and Honey get more serious, where because Dr. Buzz is definitely falling in love with her again. But Jeannie still is not supportive of the relationship. I guess she senses something that ain't right about Honey, that she may just be there for Dad's money. But it's slowly starting to heat up. I think next week, the next 2 episodes, it's really gonna start getting off the chain. Okay, I see more people in the comments. I mean, in the chat. What's up, Belle? How you doing? Thanks for joining me. I'm doing good. And yourself? But man, this has definitely been this definitely was a pretty solid show. But I mean, the only thing I wish they would have done, I wish they would have found a way to connect Bird's storyline a little bit more in this episode. That's the only thing I wish. I wish they would have connected his storyline a little more. Like, okay, just like they showed Magic being pissed about Bird winning the title, they should have showed the same thing with Bird when he saw Magic win his title. Like, cut back and forth to that. I mean, don't get me wrong, definitely needed more, Bird time here, but they should have just connected the dots a little bit better with the Bird storyline. That's the main criticism I have of this episode. They didn't do enough to connect Bird's storyline. They could have did a better job with that. Connecting Bird's storyline to the Lakers-Celtics rivalry, the Magic and Bird rivalry. Should have did a better job of that, but maybe they had some stuff with that, pertaining to that, but they might have had to cut it down due to story reasons, pacing reasons, or time reasons. But other than that, I like the episode, and I definitely cannot wait to see what happens next week. Now, if you would like to support this channel, you can donate via Cash App or PayPal. There's the Cash App cash tag, $ Talkin and Grubbin. Also, here's the PayPal email address, talkinandgrubbin@gmail.com. Any donations you'd like to give to the channel, I greatly appreciate it. And I definitely appreciate everybody who has donated to the channel, past and present. It's not enough words to describe my appreciation. So I just say thank you. That's all I can say is thank you. And once again, I appreciate all of you. But all right, y'all, I'm about to get out of here. Thank y'all for joining me here on this late night for this recap. It's been fun. I'm going to be back here next Sunday at 10 o'clock to recap episode 4. Definitely can't wait to do that. And also make sure you join me tomorrow night at 8:30 for the live nightly digital show. It's going to be my first time back. I've been busy doing some things, but I'm definitely going to be back on tomorrow because I got a lot of things that I want to talk about. So make sure you join me at 8:30 tomorrow night for the live nightly digital show. Can't wait to do that. So until then, y'all have a good one. Love y'all to life. Salute. Y'all be safe. Enjoy the rest of your night and enjoy your day. I'm out. See y'all tomorrow.